So let's talk a little bit about the potential work environments that there are today. And they're certainly different than they were 5 years ago, 10 years ago. At one point, you just worked on the assembly line. That's what you did. And the thought of kind of striking out on your own and starting a small business was the furthest from anybody's mind. Now with the internet, everybody has such easy access to so many resources. So we have the traditional job. We've talked about that. You're working for a company, you're getting a paycheck, you're getting benefits. Some people see that as security. I would argue it isn't necessarily security.
Yep.
At that point, you basically have one client, and that's your employer. And at the point at which they are done with you, you're in trouble. You need to figure something out. So it's not necessarily secure, but it is an option. Obviously a popular option. I've actually heard statistics that not too far away, only 50% of our population is going to be in a traditional job.
Wow.
So that means the other 50% is finding work in other places. And maybe that's being self-employed, it's being a contractor, it's doing freelance work, it's some sort of entrepreneurial venture, but it's not sitting there potentially doing very little at your desk and collecting a paycheck, which is unnerving to some people, but it's also exciting because that means that there's so much more to do, and we just have to figure out what that is and what it looks like and how to move in that direction if it appeals to us.
So are there different work environments that are there ways of kind of classifying certain environments that can help people to know which one they might be in? Or
Well, I think in order to answer that question, as with so many others that we're bringing up today, it's what drives you? Where do you thrive? So there are going to be people that are watching this that know very well that they are great in environments where they're taking direction. I work best when I have somebody who is kind of setting up my week, giving me things to aim for, different goals to achieve, letting me know kind of what the repercussions are of not achieving those goals, but that structure is being provided for me, and that's really where I thrive. Other people that are watching this are going to say, I've done that before, or maybe I've never done that, because I knew enough about myself early on to know that it just wasn't going to work. But that where I thrive is really calling my own shots and being the person that's saying, okay, we need to go this way from a marketing perspective and this way from a production and operations perspective. And maybe there are other people involved with that. Maybe you're the head of a small business, or maybe you're doing everything on your own. Maybe you're doing design work as a freelancer, but you're setting how much everything costs. You're setting up your schedule. You're putting that together on your own. That comes down to natural styles, behavioral styles, communication styles, and that's why a lot of this has to start from a position where you're looking within to say, how am I uniquely wired? Would I prefer to take direction? Would I prefer to be giving it? And what does that say about the work that is going to be most meaningful to me?